Hi everyone, I'm Radhika Mangal and welcome back to the another episode of radssRadhika. Today we're gonna take you around another niche depicting a day in the life of a filmmaker. And to enlighten this, today we have a filmmaker itself, who is a filmmaker at the naked eye, the very brilliant Mr. Snehasis Das. Hi sir and welcome to Whip with radssRadhika.
Hi Radhika, how are you?
Sir, I'm good and so pleasure to meet you, sir. So, sir, today our
My
niche
pleasure
is
too.
all about a day in the life of a filmmaker, right? So, first of all, I'm very curious to know from you that what you think a life of a filmmaker is all about.
It's a difficult question. Simultaneously, it's an easy question as well. Easy questions actually. Life of a filmmaker is beautiful actually. Why it's beautiful? Because he's always, thinking something creative, thinking something to make it for the people, which is very, unique and creative things. And every moment he enjoys, the process he enjoys, the filmmaking process he enjoys. That's why he's into filmmaking. That's why he's called a creative person. But when it comes to a survival of a filmmaker, a beginner of a filmmaker in terms of the economy, so it's little difficult in the early days, but as time goes, he manages himself. So it's both, I could say, but as long as you are involved in creatively, so it's always beautiful.
Okay, so you are summing your life in a beautiful term. That's so kudos to you, sir. Because whenever I put this question, many people say life is all about positivity and negativity, right? And we more focus towards negativity rather than positivity. But you are saying it as a beautiful, that's such a wonderful word from you.
No,
So,
you have to. If you
haha.
Yeah, sorry, you have yeah, I said, like, you have to put it in that way because you are in you chose this profession basically, and
Yeah.
you enjoy that process, so you have to. So life is all about, with everything, so you have to enjoy this process.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just continue. Yeah.
So, sir, like you are a filmmaker at the naked eye, right? So, is it a kind of a
Yes.
documentary film, short film? Like, what's the difference between like documentary film or short film and that film that are making in Bollywood?
Look, actually, for me, it's always a good film and a bad film. Okay. Yes,
Okay.
of course, documentary film is another category, and short film is another category, and feature film is another category. I started as a documentary filmmaker because I wanted to become a documentary filmmaker after my journalism. And one motive is to communicate people with a message. Okay, whether it is a documentary, whether it's a short film, whether it is a feature film. So, understand. So, I'm giving an example. Why I started making documentary filmmaking because I wanted to focus on subject. For an example, climate change. Okay, so after making some documentaries on climate change, what I realized, documentary film, somewhere in India, like, it's restricted to, some, intellectual people. Okay, no common people go and watch documentary films, and we don't have theaters for documentary films as well. Other countries have. And after that, like, my objective is to reach common people as well, so I started making short films based on climate change, with storytelling method. I started producing some music videos also based on climate change, because my objective is to reach, you know common people on climate change. Okay, my last film was a feature film. Basically, I'm talking about feature film. I produced a feature film last time named Kokoli. It's again on climate change. So I brought certain elements in it. I talked about a love story in between, because whenever we talk about climate change, we talk about natural calamities, how people are suffering and facing those, calamities. We never talk about their emotion and love life.
Yeah.
So you can say it's a love in the time of climate change, and simultaneously I am trying to, convey the message of other components of climate change. Why climate change happening? What kind of climate change we have? Like we have various components of climate change, like sea level rise, heat waves, cyclone, other calamities are involved with climate change. So simultaneously, I convey all those messages along with the human story. So then only people, try and understand and love to watch such kind of story mix telling,
So that
format.
documentary films is all about like storytelling film. And so like where are these films uploaded? Because as you mentioned, these are not uploaded over theaters. As of now, we can see all the Bollywood films are uploaded on theaters or Amazon Prime or somewhere else. So where are the documentary films being uploaded?
No, some films have made from agencies, like UN agencies. They procure those films, and thanks to OTT, it's a very good question. Earlier it's very difficult to take those films to people. There is no channel to reach people other than the film festivals.
Yeah.
But thanks to OTT platforms, they are coming with these options now. Okay, there is, apart from Netflix, Amazon Prime, there is several other OTTs, regional OTTs. They are taking such projects, and we are making, producing films for them.
Sir, actually you mentioned very well, it's become very difficult. So how you manage at so early stage to convince the people to watch a documentary film or like a short film? Because it's very difficult to convince the people and to reach out the people that there are few documentary films I've made or there are few short films I've made. Right. So what struggle you have faced in your early times, or I would rather say at your early stage time, to reach out the people to just watch out your movies?
Yeah, that was difficult. That was difficult in the sense, like when I was in Delhi, I was making documentary films. So I normally go and watch documentary films in India Habitat Center or Indian International Centers. So I was thinking, when I came with my films here, that has happened. That has happened, later on. Like, you can reach people with a special screening. You put a very good questions. So you can reach people with a special screen by of your own. Okay. Before this digitalization came, nowadays you can send your films to somebody through WhatsApp or YouTube links and all. But earlier it was difficult. You can go for a special screening, and another option is the festival. So festival is the option where you can send your film and screen the film. And as I told you earlier, for documentary films, it's always there is certain kind of people. They came and watch, and they love the document. It's not the masses. For the masses, you have to make like music videos, short films, and feature films, storytelling methods. I would say. In a simple story, you can convey the message, so then it's simple, people can understand. Yeah.
So why you choose like in Bollywood time? Why have you chosen the short films or documentary film as your part? Because it's very difficult to reach towards the people. It's not that as much hype in the market as the Bollywood films do have. So why have you chosen this kind of like making documentary film or short film and reaching out to the people?
Look, Radhika, this is a process. This is a process. Like, it doesn't mean that I'm not going to make a film in Bollywood. Like the music videos on climate change, which I've talked about, I've worked with Rajjot. I worked with it in Bollywood as well. Like, I worked with Rajjot sir, Ilya. So I worked with them. I worked in, I edited that film in Whistling Wood International. So this is a process. So in fact, I'm planning my next film in Bollywood. So it's not it's a process. For some people, they directly go and work there, and some people like us, we be in the process, because it depends where from you are and what is your background and everything, like what is your economical background. So how you going to reach that places? The process is on. It's not like, as I told you earlier, it's not like Bollywood film is different, our film is different. Okay, it's a process. Film is film. So I'm always up to there, and I'm planning to make film future in Bollywood as well. Yeah.
Okay, so I literally urge to each and everyone who was just watching this, like our episode. Yeah, I just literally like the concept of short films and documentary films. This saves our time, and even it's a very valuable to like showcase like what you're depicting in such a shorter time. Like as you mentioned, you're depicting the climate change. So it's a need of the hour, because we are not. We all will say that we'll be responsible to watch climate, but we are not, right? So it's very need of
Exactly.
the hour to watch the short films or documentary films. All right, sir.
Correct.
So, like, how can one be a filmmaker? If I want to enter into this filmmaking industry or anybody else, so how one can be a filmmaker?
Answer is very simple. Just say yourself like I want to become a filmmaker. Then the process will guide you. Then the process will guide you because you have to have that inclination within yourself. You have to have that perseverance within yourself to become a filmmaker. Then only you try to search and find out all the nitty gritties, to be a filmmaker. Whether you're going for a filmmaking course, or whether you are going to work, working with some good filmmakers so that you can learn through the process. There is various mode of filmmaking. So first thing is you have to convince yourself, yes, these are the hindrances I'm going to face if I want to become a filmmaker. Then prepare yourself. Rest will follow you.
Follow you. Exactly.
Yeah,
So one
yeah.
need to have that much of confidence that I want to be a filmmaker. This is हर एक बात में ही है. Like if you want to do anything, just be in perseverance towards whatever you want to achieve, right? And then
Correct.
that thing will definitely gonna follow you.
Correct.
All right, sir. So just lastly, what do you think? What are the three responsibilities of a filmmaker?
Three responsibilities of a filmmaker. First, ask yourself whether you are ready to make a film.
Okay.
Ask yourself whether you manage a huge team with you. No, filmmaker is not about the creativity. You have to manage the whole crew along with you. And second thing is understanding of the filmmaking. Okay, because so many hindrances, so many problems will come while making filmmaking. So you have to manage all these things. So I'm saying it in a broader sense. Okay, but Ethiopia, I can say like filmmaking is this, and this. But I'm telling you these three things because if you understand these things, then you can prepare yourself as a filmmaker.
Yeah, it's very important. Firstly, we need to take a step forward that whether we're able to manage because filmmaking is such a broad term. We can't narrow it down.
Absolutely.
It's only about making the films,
Absolutely.
it's only about making, depicting characters, 2-3 characters. It's all about music. It's all about having the creativity of an idea, how to depict on screen, what the people will get it from it, and music, sound, and each and every stuff, right?
Yeah. You have to have understanding of everything, as you said right now. Understanding of music, understanding of camera, some sort of camera knowledge, some sort of editing things, so that you can understand everything. So you have to have understand, and above all, it's a teamwork. You are hiring, like your crew is a expertise team. You need to grab all their expertise, all their wisdoms into it. You need to understand them as well. It's a teamwork. You alone can do it, but at the same time you have to prepare mentally strong to put it all together. And then you will able to make a film. You will able to finish a film. Yeah.
Exactly, sir. You said it true so well. This is such a different kind of episode for me because earlier we all used to do in relation to life, but now we are depicting life in terms of filmmaking. So I literally love the episode, sir. Thank you so much for sparing your time with us. It's lovely to talk with you and to know about
My
how
pleasure.
can one be a filmmaker and all.
My pleasure. Thank you so much for having me. You're doing wonderful. God bless you. Take care.